So right off the bat, we're starting with leash work. I'm just letting him get to the end of the leash and feel that leash pressure. And then I'm just stopping and turning. We want him to learn to move with me and connect back with me when he feels that leash pressure, and that he does not get to keep moving forward when there's pressure in the leash. Now I also have his e-collar on. I'm not going to use it right away, but it's important to get him used to wearing it. And since he is 100% deaf, we're going to be relying a lot more on leash pressure, spatial pressure, and e-collar pressure. So I want him to get used to wearing it right away. And you will probably hear me use verbal cues. Now, obviously he's deaf, so he can't hear that, but that's just for me. That's just to keep myself on track. So you'll hear me use verbal cues, but that's just for me, not for him. For him, we're going to establish hand cues for certain things. So similar to long line work, I'm just letting him hit the end of the leash and I'm turning. I'm also turning whenever he passes in front of me. And so establishing this pattern with him and making it a habit is going to be extremely helpful with his leash reactivity. Because this is the technique that we're going to go into. These are the patterns that we're going to go into when he starts to have a reaction to triggers. Or even if he sees triggers, I'll probably just go into leash work automatically because it gives his brain something else to focus on other than reacting to the triggers. Now, I'm not using food right away because I want him to sort of get in a groove with me and understand what we're doing before I layer on food as a reward. So remember, every part of training is another layer. So we start simple and then we add another layer. Just like the e-collar is going to be another layer onto our leash work. So I'm not worried about his positioning yet. I'm not worried about the fact that he's walking 5 feet away from me. I'm just focusing on these patterned movements back and forth and him feeling that leash pressure and then giving into that pressure. That's it. Once I see that he starts to turn with me before hitting the end of the leash, that's when I will start rewarding him with food. And when a dog takes food from you, that's a really good sign. That means that they're comfortable with you. A lot of dogs during training will shut down and they won't even take food. And a little bit later, when we do more leash work, I'm also going to establish a hand cue for yes. So since he's deaf, I can't just say the word yes, but we're going to be doing a thumbs up for yes, which is going to tell him, yes, you did that correctly, or yes, come back to me and a reward is coming. But he's not making a lot of eye contact with me. He's not very visually engaged with me yet, so I can't really do that until he starts to look to me a lot more. See, so now he's anticipating my turns. He's paying a lot more attention to me, which is exactly what we want. And since he is starting to look to me a lot more, I'm going to start giving him his yes cue and then giving him a reward. So the same way yes works, you say the word yes, you give them a reward. We're doing the same thing but with a hand signal instead. Now we're also, of course, going to do yes work when we're not doing leash work. I'm just going to sit down with him, give him his yes cue, and give him a reward over and over. And that'll be its own session. So there's less and less pressure happening. So he's feeling that light leash pressure, and then he's turning around, which is exactly how we teach leash pressure. And when he gives in to that leash pressure, that's when I'm giving his yes cue and rewarding. So again, if you hear me use verbal commands at the same time as my hand signals, that's just to keep myself on track or to let you know what cue I'm giving him. Yes. Yes. Now, normally I don't let dogs pee during leash work. I try to make sure that they potty before. Because when we're doing leash work, and that's it.